if our homegrown teams start focusing on what's right. Everybody outside this state is about this state.
You kiss your mama with that mouth? That was California Governor Gavin Newsom blowing up at reporters saying people shouldn't complain when socialism ruins their lives. Joining me now is Sheriff Wayne Ivey of Brevard County, Florida. Sheriff, great to see you. You know, it's not just Americans outside of California who are criticizing Governor Newsom. Californians, they're tired of the high taxes. They're tired of the draconian environmental restrictions that lead to massive wildfires, death, and loss of property every year. They're tired of the welcome mat being rolled out for illegal aliens, and they're tired of this massive uptick in crime. Haven't Californians, and frankly, every other bit of individuals in our country who are under these lawless liberals, haven't they earned a rest from lawlessness?
Well, you know, crime will rise to the level a community will tolerate. And you're seeing the end result of tolerating crime. You're seeing the end result of tolerating illegal immigration. All of those things add up. And it's crazy what is taking place. I can understand why he might blow up, because he knows he's directly to blame for what's taking place out there.
No kidding. Sheriff, red states seem to have a little less problem enforcing laws and protecting their citizens from criminals, but it appears that blue states just put the criminals first. What is Florida doing differently than these left-wing blue states out there when it comes to law enforcement?
Well, the first thing is we've got a governor that stands up for law enforcement and stands up for law and order. We've got a governor that we know is going to stand behind us. We've got a legislature that is making sure we've laws in place to protect our community, just like they did with the anti-riot acts and things of that nature. The second part is we're putting bad people in jail. We're not apologizing for it. We've got prosecutors that are holding them accountable, getting them the proper sentences so that they're off the street and they can't victimize anybody else. And then there's one other aspect of that, and that is having great programs that are helping to rehabilitate those that want to have that rehabilitation or have that opportunity to be productive in society. So we're booking in it, hitting it with bookends on every angle, and that is working. We're seeing Florida is at a 40-year low in our crime rate. In my county, we had fewer victims of crime last year than any time in the last 40 years in the history of our county. So we're doing it right. We're putting bad people in jail and not apologizing for it.
Well, speaking of lawlessness, let's turn to the crisis at the southern border. DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas announcing today that the Border Patrol agents have encountered more than 200,000 illegal aliens trying to cross that border last month alone. That's the most we've seen in 21 years. So Arizona Congressman Andy Biggs has introduced articles of impeachment against Mayorkas, accusing him of having presided over a reckless abandonment of border security. Would it have been appropriate in your mind for these Border Patrol agents, when Mayorkas was out there, to turn their backs on him in the same way that Chicago cops did on the racist mayor of Chicago, Lori Lightfoot?
Well, I think the appropriate thing is to demand action from those. You know, our team, we give them the resources they need to fight the battle. Our team, we make sure that they have the support they need to fight whatever conflict that is, or whatever law that is we're trying to enforce. What our partners in ICE and Customs and Border Patrol need to do is say, stop this. You're putting our lives at risk. You're putting American citizens' lives at risk with all these numbers that are coming across, whether it's through human trafficking, COVID, all of that. You know, Mayorkas is saying, you know, we've got these huge numbers, and that's an accurate statement. What he's not saying is what they're bringing with it, what the human trafficking victims, the increase in drug trafficking, the increase in COVID cases. If you want to see the real story, go check out protectamericanow.com. And what you'll see is 70 sheriffs across the country that are uniting together to say, stop this. It is out of control, and you're putting American citizens' lives at risk.
Last thing, Sheriff, your governor has commented on this. Do you believe that Floridians are getting the China virus primarily because of Mayorkas and Biden importation of illegal aliens and then redistributing them to your state?
Well, I think what you have to look at there, and again, Governor DeSantis has had his finger on the pulse of this from the very beginning, has made some great decisions to protect Floridians. But I think what you have to look at is on one of his recent trips out to the border, what we found was that they were asking people when they would come across, where's your ultimate destination? Where do you want to go? Roughly 70% of them were wanting to come to Florida. So if you're seeing those kind of dynamics coming to Florida, and we know that they're actually putting them on buses and other forms of transportation and filtering them out through the country, then you have to consider that's a huge component of it.
Sheriff, thank you very much for your service to the community and for being here on the Chris Salcedo Show. We'll talk again.